an awful lot of questions going around out there. This month, the moon has presented in a manner that we're not going to have a chance to see it until tonight is the first night. And I know a lot of you count the days, and I can't apologize for what God's doing. God's bigger than science. That's the big and the tall and the short of it, is He is absolutely bigger than science. And so tonight is the first night that we can see it. If you're on my Facebook group, you can go on there and you can see I posted a snapshot of what the numbers are and how last night it was only at 0.4% illumination. I have never, ever, ever seen a moon that small. I don't think it's humanly possible. Normally, when a moon is seen, it's about 1.3 minimally. And then usually it's a very faint moon and a very difficult sighting. And so last night I had someone told me that they saw it over South Africa, and they're only like an hour behind us on the clock. It's not possible. No, they saw something. Let me tell you a story. There was a couple that I know here in Israel, and he has a ministry, and they reported that the new moon had been seen. But when they blew it up, it was the sun reflecting on an airplane flying overhead. It can be very hard to see the new moon, and if you're inexperienced, you may not know what you're seeing. So I'm just here telling you that last night in South Africa, it would have been impossible to see that moon. So this is the first legitimate night we have, according to, well, I watch the sky. I'm usually up at home around 5 o'clock, and I take a light outside so I don't step on snakes. That's the first thing. That's a big thing for me because I want to spill my coffee. Take a light outside, and I take a dog outside. And once I get seated, I turn that light off, and I watch for the bokeh. I watch for the breaking light before the sun comes up. And that moon has not been seen for two nights anyway. And that's exactly what the chart said. They were not seen for 2 nights. Last night it was 0.4, and it was a waxing moon. That means it was growing in its illumination. And the night before it was like 0.3, I think, and it was a waning moon. It was like disappearing. It was going into conjunction. I'm using scientific words. God's bigger than science. Listen, if you know me, God is bigger than science. I'm sorry. If you're a Scientologist, but you believe that science tells God what to do, I'm sorry. We're on different pages. So tonight will be the first night. It's still going to be a difficult night. I'm going to turn you around here. There's the sun, and the moon is expected to be seen about over this White House, even over there a little bit. Now, the problem is it's going to be one hand span this direction and one fist above the surface of the earth. That sounds like a lot, except for I never, ever, ever, ever in my experience of watching for the new moon have seen the new moon in the first 20 minutes of when it's supposed to be available. So that means the moon is going to be lower because it's going to be coming down, traveling at the angle, the same angle that the sun is coming down for sunset. So from the point that it's available to the point that I see it is 20 minutes, and it's going to be even lower on the horizon. And as Yoel Halevi said, I read a post he made earlier this week, in perfect conditions, this is going to be hard. But I want you to look. Can you see that you can't see the mountains? You can hear me talking this time because I got a new mic. But you know what it's been like before. The winds always blow, and it picks up the dust on these barren fields at this time of year, throws it up in the air, and it's about right here. The dust is about right here. So when we put all of this together, even though this is the first night the moon is available, and it's what we would call the first night of the month anyway, if you count 30 days or 29 days to fulfill a cycle, then you know that we're supposed to be on the first day of the month. Becca's not quite where you guys are, if that's what you believe. If this were a crystal clear night, and I did not see the moon, I'd be back out here tomorrow night because it was a crystal clear night and the moon couldn't be seen. So God didn't show us the moon. But tonight it is going to be not a good night to see the moon in any way. And so because of that, because of that, if the new moon is not seen, I am still comfortable saying that we should probably take this as a 1 count, because right now, from now on, from this point on, the wind is going to pick up and blow higher, and that dust, that debris that blocks our vision is just going to continue to grow at this point. Anyway, I've had a lot of people asking me about the new moon last night. No, 0.4%. You physically cannot see that with the human eye. It is impossible. And the night before, it was a waning moon. So that means it wasn't in the new moon phase of its cycle. It was going out. And when it came in, it was too low. And we've got a good percentage. I think it's about 3, if I remember right. It's a good percentage. But the presentation is the problem. You see that red right there? Isn't that beautiful? That's that red dust. It makes for some beautiful sunsets. But that red dust is not our friend when it comes to these difficult sightings. And so this is just me checking in so that you know that that's what the conditions look like tonight. For all of the people that's been asking me, has a new moon been seen? No, it's not been seen. That's what I'm standing here for. And that's why it's not been seen. And also, I do think we had the fall equinox, which is nothing. I don't care about that as far as the seasons. But what it's supposed to do is to be equal days and nights. When we're coming out of that, now we're headed towards shorter nights. So we've had longer nights. Well, that means that the sun is setting later. And that all works against the new moon sighting. All of that together just works against the new moon sighting. I'll let you know what we see. And Elohim willing, I'll bring you back on here when I see the new moon.